Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are tackling a fundamental part of cooking, understanding food measurements in English. So let's start. Teaspoon. A small spoon typically used to measure small amount of ingredients. For example, add 1 teaspoon of sugar to tea for a touch of sweetness. Second, tablespoon. Tablespoon is a larger than a teaspoon, used for measuring larger amounts of ingredients. For example, mix in 2 tablespoons of olive oil to the salad dressing. So the next is cup, a standard unit of measure for liquids and dry ingredients. Pour 1 cup of flour into a mixing bowl. For the better understanding, I add this picture just for your clarification. Okay, so the next is pint, a unit of volume often used for liquids. Always remember 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. For example, we bought a pint of strawberries from the farmer's market. So the next we have is quart. Most of the students pronounce this word as a quart. It's not a quart, it's a quart. It's equal to 2 pints or 4 cups, often used for measuring larger quantities of liquids. For example, the recipe calls for a quart of a chicken broth. So the next in this picture, I just add this because you just remember when you want to cook a large amount. So the next is gallon, a large unit of volume often used for liquids. 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. For example, store a gallon of milk in the refrigerator for the week. So the next is pound, a unit of weight often used for measuring larger quantities of dry ingredients. For example, we need 2 pounds of potatoes for the mashed potatoes. Grams, a metric unit of weight. For example, use 100 grams of sugar to bake the cake. Kilograms equal to 1000 grams used for large quantities. The grocery store sells rice in 1 kilogram bags. Liter, a metric unit of volume often used for liquids. The recipe requires 1 liter of water. Next is milliliter, a smaller metric unit of volume. 1000 milliliters equal to 1 liter. For example, add 50 milliliters of lemon juice to the sauce. Dash, a small amount of an ingredient often used for spices. For example, just add a dash of pepper to the sauce for extra flavor. So the next is pinch, an even smaller amount than a dash, often used for salt or spices. For example, sprinkle a pinch of salt on the fries. So next is dozen, a unit of measure for counting items. Typically, 12 items is equal to 1 dozen. We bought a dozen eggs for breakfast. Next is stick, used for butter, typically measuring 1.5 cup or 8 tablespoons. Melt a stick of butter in the pan before adding the onions. Next is slice, a thin flat piece of food like bread or cheese. For example, cut a slice of bread to make a sandwich. Next is clove, a single segment of garlic. Chop 1 clove of garlic and add it to pasta sauce. Next is bunch, a group of items tied together. For example, I grabbed a bunch of fresh parsley to garnish the dish.